Hi everyone, my name is Helene and today I'm going to laser cut and wet mold something. And I don't really know if this is gonna work. This video could be a total colossal failure and waste of time. But you know what they say, failure is good for building character and stuff. So either I will have succeeded or I will have built character and stuff.
So your traditional Valet tray that's wet molded is typically just like this. It's one piece and you just mold it over a piece of wood. It looks kind of like that. That's a terrible drawing. What I'm trying to achieve is I'm trying to do the same idea, but I want two sections. Okay, all right, I need Ben's help. Give me 1 second. Ben.
Who did it better? You see, this is a much better drawing than that. How would you rate my drawing on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
Then what's yours?
10.
According to Ben, these drawings are equal. So I'm gonna go with that. Okay, thank you, honey. So this is exactly what we're trying to make. And to do this, we're gonna need a number of pieces. We're gonna try to laser cut a number of pieces. I have this 5-6 millimeter Baltic birch plywood, and I'm gonna cut multiple layers to achieve some depth. So obviously if you have a strong laser cutter, you could just do a couple pieces and not have to laminate them together. But I'm going to do multiple cuts, multiple pieces, and try to, you know, get this to work. So we're back in the workshop now, and now we're gonna glue everything up. And one of the main reasons I wasn't sure this was gonna work was because of this piece here. I was a little bit worried it was gonna just snap and break, but it feels pretty solid. And once I glue up 2 of them together, I'm hoping this will not break or snap or anything. Yeah, so let's glue everything up. So everything's been glued up. So now we have to sand. So one of the problems I ran into last time when I wet molded was that the ash, the soot, or whatever you call it from laser cutting on the edges kept coming off on the leather. So I'm gonna try to sand it off, and then I'm gonna try to seal it. The other reason I wanna sand is to take off the sharpness of these edges, because it also kind of damages the leather a little bit. So I just wanna soften it up, and I think it'll look a little bit better. So anyways, let's go ahead and sand all these pieces. And let's make a big sanding mess. So like I said earlier, this stuff still gives off a bit of residue. I want to just seal up these edges a little bit. I'm going to use Mod Podge. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I do have some spray-on lacquer. However, I don't want to go outside. It's cold. So the Mod Podge is dry, and now we can actually try wet molding. All right, so the Mod Podge seems to have worked. there isn't much coming off of here, so I'm gonna assume that it's ready to wet mold. So we're gonna get our leather and we're gonna cut that up, and then we are going to put this all together. This one is going to be this way. Oh, it's going down. I think if I put this under the clicker press, it's probably going to work. And this one sit a little bit. So the moment of truth, it's been about 8 hours in here, and I'm gonna take them out. Let's hope it works! It's pretty good. All right, so here we are. Looks real nice. So this is the one that I'm really hoping worked out. Ho ho ho. That looks so good. Okay, yeah. Woo! That is, all right, so this is what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna, mash them together. I'm gonna trim the sides off, and then I'm gonna stitch it up. Bang, 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 bang. 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 Bang, bang. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks awesome. There are definitely a few things I would like to try or I would change. Specifically, I actually glued down all of this, and you can see where I didn't glue down, it has a little ridge. So I probably, if I had to do this again, I wouldn't glue it down. I would just glue down these edges here and see how that would turn out. And then I would also reinforce this piece, because if you push down, I'm not really confident in its ability to hold up there. I'm pretty curious as to how thicker leather would respond to the mold. I'm pretty optimistic because the thin leather went in really easy. I gave a lot of allowance in those cracks there, and I think it would be no problem going up 5 to 6 ounce, and even 7 to 8 ounces would probably be fine. I don't know if you go bigger than that, what would happen, but it did go in quite easy. I did try another style of mold that was even more complex. I'll show you over here. Okay, so I actually cut another mold, and this is a lot smaller, a lot more stress. This is 0.25 inches here. The original one, the one I did in the video, was 0.5 inches. These radiuses are a lot smaller. So overall, this was kind of just a test to see exactly how far I could push the design and to see what could work. So this is a really small thing, and you can see that there's going to be a lot of pressure around here. So this is 3 to 4 ounce leather here. So you can see that, yeah, there's a hole. I completely destroyed it. Also, this one, you can see I didn't really sand it for very long, and I didn't really Mod Podge it really. So you can see that it's actually pretty torn up here, and that's what the really sharp corners would do. And then I went and tried some 5 to 6 ounce, and that actually survived. That actually survived the press. But as you can see, like, the leather's still pretty torn up here. It's definitely salvageable with some dye, but it doesn't look good. You see the pressure of everything, the leather, started to basically flake off parts of the plywood here. If I had to do this one again, I would definitely make these radiuses a lot smaller. I would make the overall thing probably a little bit bigger. Yeah, I would do a lot more sanding, that's for sure. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. See ya.